Hello there, welcome to another video. Today we are making a brand new area of my custom theme park. I know what you're thinking, I've already done. This is the second episode of this that I've done in a row. I know, right? It's honestly surprising. What happened to the water park? Well, you see, recently, by recently I mean like yesterday, Frontier announced that they will be adding flume physics in like March or something. So I will wait till then before continuing the water park, and also I've sort of run out of ideas for it. So that's okay. But as you can see, in this theme park, which isn't a water park, I'm making a wing coaster, which is the first B&M in this park. And so that means that every coaster so far is by a different manufacturer. And it also means that this is the second thrill coaster in the park. But that's okay, because there'll be more family coasters as well. Because at the moment there's only one, even though that one's quite intense as well. But oh well, that's fine. This video is a lot shorter than my other one because I cannot be bothered to make another one that length. The only reason it was that long is because one of my friends suggested it to me to make a longer video, but I don't think they meant for it to be that long. So yeah, but oh well. Yes, so this coaster was sort of inspired by the Swarm at Thorpe Park, except a tiny bit different, and it only has like a few aspects that are the same. Like that roll over the station, which is cool. I don't know why I'm acting like I've rode the Swarm. I've not been to Thorpe Park yet, but I will go soon. Hopefully this year. So yes, that's good. Yes, so I should probably talk about this area as a whole and the theme of it. So the theme of this area is going to be a cult, like an abandoned cult in the middle of a forest. So this area is going to be themed around a forest which used to have a cult living in it. And this story is about how the cult stopped living in it. This coaster tells the story of how the cult stopped living in it, which I will explain a bit later. And also here, you can see I wanted a 0G roll to be going over the entrance sign of this ride. No, of this area. You might be able to see the name there, but that name is changed later on. So yeah, don't get too used to it. I don't remember what I called it before. But yes, so this wing coaster is probably one of my favourites in the park so far, especially with all of the theming and stuff I've added around it. Because I think I've themed this coaster really well, and it really does tell the story if you know the story. Otherwise you might just be a bit confused. So yeah, alright, now then, you can see that you can probably not see where Mount Olympus is from here, because you know the entrance pathway that we made in like the first episode, right? Well, Mount Olympus went to the left of it, and this coaster, this new area, has gone to the right. So that's why you probably can't see it. And I'm planning on making the layout of this park like just a big circle around like a giant lake or something in the middle. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the middle, but it probably will be a lake. Although maybe not, because in this game, Planet Coaster 2, unlike Planet Coaster 1, lake water uses up the percentage counter thing that exists, which I don't like. And I think that Frontier could probably, well, maybe not easily, but they could definitely they could improve the they could increase the allowance on the percentage counter by like at least 5 times, and consoles won't feel the difference, you know? Like it will still be running the same. Because I've ran some tests on this, and yes, I can confirm that it does not slow down even if you're like at 500%, because there is like a duplication glitch you can do that, like, it doesn't work for adding more stuff into the park. It's just where you like duplicate an advanced move, and you can get really high over the percentage counter. And I've managed to get it to like 500% or something before, and the performance of my PS5 was good. It was not bad at all. So yeah, I don't know why we don't have a higher allowance with the percentage counter. And as you can see, the ride is finished being built, and in a minute, once I've placed the entrance in and stuff, I also add some trees around. But also with this ride, I also decided to add a priority pass queue, which I've not added on Thanatos in the Greek area, because I completely forgot to when I was making it, and there's also not enough room anymore because I forgot. But I might be able to add it later, but I also might not be able to, but hopefully I can, because otherwise that would be unfortunate. You can also see I experimented with having 2 trains on the same coaster, on the same track, but that didn't work. They just kept getting held at the lift hill, so I had to reduce it back to only running 1 train, which is not much. However, it's better than running 0 trains, obviously, because then the ride wouldn't work. But yes, this video is a lot shorter than the other one, because even though I'd say we probably get through more, although I say that, but it just doesn't take as long though. We do get through more. Since last episode, we only got like 1 ride built. Well, we already had the area built and stuff. This time we get basically the whole area built. I mean, the theming for this area is really simple, because all we need to do is add trees around, because, you know, it's set in a forest. And also what we can do, what I have done as well, or what I'm going to do, why can't I speak English today? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is also add like tents and stuff that hint at where the cults would have been. The cult, because there's only 1, would have been like staying and stuff. And I should also talk about the story behind this coaster, and like the cult and stuff that was here. So basically, right, the cult I've not come up with a name for yet, but what happened was they were experimenting with rituals and stuff, and accidentally awakened some spirits in the forest, which then led to their extinction. And the coaster tells the story of their last ritual, which didn't go so well for them. And so you can see the, like, I added, so you know the like Viking rocks in the game that have like runic symbols on them? I used, some of them look like they've got faces on them, so I used them as like the forest spirits, and I also used some fireworks to show the forest spirits being released. Here you can see me theming the queue line. Now, I was originally gonna use these like statue things to represent statues that would have been built by the cult, but I feel like in the story of the ride, they represent the actual people of the cult, so I'd imagine the cult would have built them as like people, as like replicas of themselves, or maybe the forest creatures would have done that. I also added this little circle, like ritual circle here in the middle, and added some fire on top with a person burning, which is very lovely, isn't it? Yes, and this would be part of the ritual. This would be the first part of the ritual that the cult would be doing. And the reason the cult's been doing this, I don't know. You'll have to ask them, even though they don't exist. But yes, this is going to be... Well, this is what the theme of the ride is. And you can see I played around with using the animatronics there to get the person to actually spin around while they're on the string, the rope. And there's the person, you can see, being tied to the rope. I know, right? Wonderful. So that's just there constantly. I'm probably, if this was a real theme park, that would not be working most of the time. But oh well, it is what it is. And then I also experimented with putting a little like portal type thing there, but I moved that to another place, which you'll see. I don't know if it's in this recording, but you'll see it later. And here you can see I'm just adding a few more stuff around. We're going to be going into real time in like a minute or two. So, yeah. Oh, I also do change the floor of this area to be completely like brown instead of grass. Because if you look at a forest, well, like where I'm from, they usually don't have much grass because there's like leaves on the ground. And I thought the closest thing to that would have been the like dirt paint instead, because I don't have a fallen leaves paint, unfortunately, which is sad. But yeah, alright, so here you can see I was experimenting with adding an altar here, and I don't think I keep this around. Oh, well, yeah, I don't think I do, but oh well. And we're almost at the end of this little section, so as you can see, this is a much shorter video than last time, and we're about to go into real time soon. So yeah, this altar does not stay around, I don't think. I've already said that. Why do I keep repeating myself? But yes, and yes, so now we're about to go into the... Oh, yes, I also changed the colour of the coaster. Alright, that's the last thing. Hello, welcome to the park. And as you can see, it is slightly dark. I also would have done this a bit darker, except when I was on my PS5, for some reason the brightness was turned down so I could barely see anything anyway. But oh well, it looks a lot brighter on here than it did on my PS5. As we go up this path, you can see we turn left, and you can already see some fencing around. And you can see the first entrance sign of this area, which is called Shadowthorn Forest. Yes, I did get the name from ChatGPT, but I do not care. So, as we go on, you can see we're not going on. But as we go through, you can see the red lighting and these banners, which are Viking banners. However, from a distance, they do sort of look like a face. So I've decided to do that as some sort of like gods or something the cult would have been worshipping. But as we go down this path, you can hear the like music from the speakers. And I also did add some speakers into the other area. And you can see the name of this ride, which is called The Reckoning. And there is a theming piece which is exclusive to the priority pass queue, because I felt like it would be a bit mean if they went without any theming. So I added that there, because they're paying extra money as well to get the priority pass. But yes, let's go through the main queue of The Reckoning, which I also got the name from ChatGPT, but oh well, doesn't matter. And you can see the first theming piece there, Mr. Jimmy. That's his official name, Mr. Jimmy. And there's another 2 there. And let's keep going. There you can see is the little ritual thing. And I changed the colour of the fire to match the like runes on it. And that, yes, that one wasn't in the time lapse. That is a portal which the riders go through on the ride, and when they go through, it releases fireworks. And there are some stone statues as well. They're very nice. And the story with the fireworks is that the portal was opened during the ritual. And also, if we go round the other side of it, which I think, if we go round the other side, round here, the coaster's going to be coming soon. And there's a cool thing on the other side, if we go around there, which I've already said. But yes, as the coaster comes past, not only do fireworks get released, which I've already explained, but it looks cool. I also added some fog over the holes. But okay, the coaster's coming now. Go, 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 go. Alright, yeah. So not only does it look cool, but there's also, which you'll see in a minute probably, a random guy poking out. And there you can see the fireworks. But yes, that guy is one of the spirits which came and destroyed the cult. There's also a few others which you'll see along the ride. And why is there a tree in the path? I don't know. I shall move that tree later though. So yes, let's go through. And yeah, I know it's a open station building, but I feel like you wouldn't have been able to see the big theming piece right there if it wasn't. Here the coaster comes now. Okay, yeah, so you wouldn't have been able to see the big theming piece there if it wasn't an open coaster thing. Now, I am going to be doing the POV of this a bit differently, because there is so much theming on this ride, well, more than any other ride in this park, like a more in-depth storyline. So I'm going to be talking through, just explaining what each thing is during the POV, but I will also release a standalone POV from the front bumper perspective. But for now, we'll be in the wing seat. So, alright, as we go round and turn, you can see an altar, which did stay, and the cult ignite a fire. And you can see what I was talking about the people represent, wooden statues representing people in this cult. As we go up the very fast lift hill and turn around with a wing overdrop, you can see we go through this hole in the ground, which is the second coaster in this park which does something like that. But this one does re-emerge. And then we go round past the little portal thing, up into a lovely airtime hill, and past the theming piece from the priority queue. Now here's the big theming piece. You can't see the fireworks get released, but that is a near-miss element, which is very nice. Now into a tunnel, and then there's another theming piece there of a person being burned. Now over the entrance sign and round with another person who gets burned by the forest creatures. You can see what I mean there. And then final inversion, and then back into the brake run. So that is the ride, which I think is quite nice. I quite like that ride. It's probably my favourite in the park so far, except the one we build next episode. But you're going to have to wait for that.